So in this next video, we are going to discuss about what are the different kind of analytics opportunities are out there, what kind of companies are actually hiring, then to be fit in that kind of role, what do you want? So if you have lot of question in your mind, the question like, are my last many years of hard work going to be wasted? Or I have to start afresh, how I can switch? Or if you are a fresher, then you might be thinking that without any prior experience, will someone actually give me this opportunity? Or maybe you are thinking that how much of a leap in CTC can I expect? Or am I too old for it? If you have all those questions, then you are still a data science enthusiast and you are actually looking to move into this career transition. And to be very honest, these data science is actually an opportunity for all of us, irrespective of you are a fresher, you are a experienced guy more than 10 years or 15 years. It doesn't matter at all, because we have so many different kind of companies are they are offering very different kind of interesting role in data science itself. So I will be discussing about all those things in a minute, and I hope all those question probably I can give you a couple of answer as well. So first thing first, like what are the different kind of analytics companies are out there who are actually hiring the data science professional. So when I say data science professional, it's not meant by only data scientists, rather there are a lot of different kinds of roles. Now there are pure play analytics who are only doing analytics project like Mu Sigma, Fractal Analytics, Tiger Analytics, all those companies who are maybe small in nature or big in nature, but their projects are mostly purely data science focused. It can be a predictive one or a descriptive one, or can be prescriptive one, or maybe they are playing with AI, a lot of things, but they are actually doing pure play analytics. And these companies are very good to start with your career, because the learning curve will be very steep and you can move for any other role in future. Now the second kind of companies are IT MNC, like Big Shot, all those IBM, TCS, Cognizant, Wipro, Accenture, all those companies are also hiring lot of data science professional. So they earlier had BI, they had digital transformation, they had big data, cloud, IoT. Now they have data science as well, as maybe data science or analytics or business analytics or machine learning. So the name may be different in different company, the profile might be also different, but these companies are hiring in huge number. Why? Because normally these companies get very big project like some company wants to totally change and they want to become a data driven organization. So once they get this kind of project, they need to have business analysts, they need to have analysts, they need to have data scientists, they need to have data engineer, architect. So they need lot of different kind of skill set people, and that's why they are also hiring. So normally the projects are a bit longer and very big, and in terms of learning it would be very good. And if you are a senior folks and if you want to move into within your organization, you are already working for this kind of company, then you can also learn this course and you can switch your job. Now the third is interesting, which is BPO and BPS analytics. So you might be thinking that normally BPS is nothing but a call center, which is not correct. So normally these BPS companies actually outsource any back-end process. Okay, so it can be a supply chain process, it can be a customer care process, it can be a sales or marketing, or it can be a campaign, or it can be anything. But very interesting is those are actually back-end process, and that can be actually automated. When I say automated, to actually achieve automation, you need to have some kind of data science to be involved. And that's why they also hire a lot of consultant and lot of data scientists in their company. So if you are getting any call from, after doing this course, if you are getting any call from TCS BPO or CTS BPO, don't be frightened that why this is coming from BPS. Rather, you should be happy about that you are getting a call from the analytics team. Now, in terms of project, so mostly the data are actually same. Most of the time the data you would be handling is actually customer care data. So all those call record data, maybe in Excel file or maybe in video, audio and all those things. And then you have to analyze and you have to pitch in different kind of analytical use case and you have to build model. Okay. Now comes the fourth one, which is about in-house analytics. Now, a lot of companies and industry thinks that they should not give their data to any other third party like TCS, CTS or any other company. Why? Because the data is actually new soil. So that is most important and crucial for them. They don't want to share this to any other company. That's why they are also hiring data scientists and they are building their own data science team within that organization. So you talk about any banking company like HSBC, Citi or RBS, they are creating their own data science team. Similarly, if you talk about the telecom like Vodafone, Verizon, Reliance, they are also creating their own data science team. Similarly, in Uber also they are hiring their data science professional because they want to create their own data science professional. So in terms of data, probably all these would be internal project, but very interesting because the kind of POC you would be actually doing in these companies would be very good. So in terms of learning, it would be very steep curve and you can actually explore a lot of different kind of modeling techniques there. Now the last one, which is about analytics product company. So now they out there, you have Microsoft who have their own analytics product called Azure ML. Similarly, you have Google. Google have so many machine learning product as well. Similarly, SAS are also building their own product like Clea. Tableau is also actually implementing machine learning model in their BI tool. Similarly, you have SAP, IBM has their Watson, Dell. So all these companies are actually building some kind of analytics product which they are trying to sell in the market. And in future, when it would be actually evolved and it would be very stable kind of domain, then they can actually sell all these products to a lot of customers. So without even knowing what is happening behind the scene, even knowing how the algorithm is being done, you can actually get satisfied result. So you can understand it would be very interesting. But ideally right now they are hiring two kind of people. One kind of people who can actually build all those products and then who can actually sell those products. So you might be interested in those kind of companies as well for senior and junior folks. And as I said, since this analytics is impacting all the industry and all the process, you can switch to any industry. So maybe you are in IT and you do not have that level of industry focus and you are thinking that where should I fit in. So you don't need to think about in that way. So you learn all those techniques, you learn about couple of use cases and you build couple of model in that industry, and then you would slowly move into a particular industry and slowly you would become a data science professional. So those are the things for analytics company. Now talking about different track. Now in analytics, as I said, data scientist is not the only one. So that if you see the second one, that is about data scientist, but before that you have data engineer. So who are actually data engineer? If I talk about, if you remember when I said those companies are collecting data, then storing data and processing data before actually doing the analysis. So in these three stages, these data engineers are required who can actually collect all those data from different system. So maybe the data is there in NoSQL database, few of the data is in Hadoop, few of the data is in somewhere else. So they can collect all those data and give it to you. So maybe you are trying to become a data scientist so that you can actually extract the insight out of the data. So starting from the first one, which is data engineer, so you can slowly become a data architect, and these are the skill set which is required. You need to have good understanding about ETL, data warehouse, data lake concept, data modeling and distributed computing. And these are the technologies where you have to be proficient with, but these course will actually deal with the other second one, which is about data scientist, and slowly you can actually become the other roles as well. But let me explain the second role, which is data scientist. So you start with a data analyst where your job would be mostly creating good dashboard, creating doing descriptive analytics, or doing cleaning and other stuff, normal stuff. And the modeling part would be taken care by data scientist, and slowly probably you can also become a data scientist, and slowly you can move in that track to senior data scientist, data analytics manager, chief data scientist till the end. And these are the skill set which is needed, and I would explain more about this role in next slide. And these are the technologies which is being used, mostly R, Python, SAS, RevoR, SPS, Azure ML, but in this course we'll be discussing about only R. Now talking about the third role, which is about business consultant. So earlier we had in any of these consulting company we had consultant role, but for data science professional the consulting role would be a bit different. So you need to have very good understanding about your business customer in that industry, as well as you need to have a very good understanding about a data science project, where you know not only help your customer to achieve analytic use case, you also know how to implement that as well. That's what I have written, skill is required, business plus technology. Now you have pre-sales consultant, which is bit different than normal pre-sales. So normally in pre-sales we try to respond to RFP and RFIs, and maybe you do not have that level of technical acumen, but for this kind of profile you need to have a skill set where you can actually build a end-to-end solution for a data science project. So that's why more business and less technology. You need to have client presentation skill, you need to have know-how about latest technology, market trend, so that you get into client call and you convince that these are the technologies, these are the techniques your delivery team knows, and you can actually build the solution for them. And then you have data visualization and BI analyst, where they can actually create very good dashboard, and slowly from that you can actually become a data scientist by learning these techniques, which we are going to discuss in the subsequent videos. And then you had the original statistician who were there from long back, so you can become a pure statistician as well, but your skill set would be different and your role path would be also different. So now I would be discussing more about the second role, but as you can see, it doesn't matter at all that whatever your past experience is, based on that, and now you are learning this skill set, you can actually pick and choose based on your work ex, based on your CTC, based on your preference, which role you actually want to get into. Now talking about purely data scientist, you need to have three skills. So first skill is about your programming knowledge, that any of the programming knowledge you can understand, whether it can be R, it can be Python, or it can be SAS, anything. Then second one is the statistics. You need to understand the machine learning concept and statistics, which you would be learning. And the third thing is some bit of your business knowledge. Now you need to have three skill to become a good data science professional, but you need to have a good balance as well. So if you are a fresher, and then you should be more focused into this programming skill and statistics. So this may not be required that much, but if you are a senior folk, then you need to have very good understanding about or business or an industry, along with statistics, and maybe programming is not required that much. But if you are mid-level IT professional, then you need to have balance between all the three. So if you have learned already R, then you should not try to learn another language like Python or SQL or something else. Rather, you should try to have a balance between this and this. Once you are tick in all the three circle, then only you should move to make stronger to any one of them. And you can also read about what are the typical skill set is being required for a data scientist. But to become a good data scientist, you need to have all those three skills. And this is actually a roadmap to become a data scientist, how you can become a data scientist. And in subsequent videos, we would be actually following the same path. The course curriculum is planned in that way, so that we actually follow this path. I will discuss in our next video.